Welcome to the Build Your Financial Future series. We will explain sources of retirement income, introduce you to the 457 plan, and explain how to get started in the 457 plan. You spend your career taking care of the people who live and work in Wyoming. Our goal at the Wyoming Retirement System is to help you build your financial future with a successful retirement plan. We provide programs and tools that help public employees plan for a financially secure future. It is important to note that the Wyoming Retirement System Board acts as what is called a fiduciary. This means we're looking out for you and what is in your best interests. Everyone's journey through youth, career, and retirement is different. For most of us, the retirement phase of life will be about as long as our working years. It takes time to build assets adequate enough to support a comfortable lifestyle over a long retirement. And just understanding this can motivate you to make sure you're on a good path to building retirement security. That translates to setting aside enough money or investments to act as your income during retirement. This first section will talk about exactly that, sources of retirement income. This graphic represents what we call the layers of retirement income, and it shows the most common sources of retirement income. Looking at each component, Social Security was designed as an income foundation for people who are no longer working, generally speaking to keep the older population out of poverty. However, for most people, Social Security by itself will not provide a comfortable lifestyle. It wasn't meant to be the only source of retirement income. A good retirement plan will have additional sources of income ready. This leads us to the other portions of this chart, starting with pension. Most public employees in Wyoming have two sources of retirement income, Social Security and your Wyoming Retirement System pension. These two sources will pay benefits for your lifetime once you qualify. For most people, you don't need to take any specific action as contributions to Social Security and your Wyoming Retirement System pension are automatic through your employment. The third source is personal savings, which can be done in many forms, but for this presentation, we will reference it as your savings plan sponsored by your employer, known as the 457 plan. We will explain more about that in the upcoming sections of this presentation. Now let's explore each one in depth to better understand how they can benefit you. In this second video of the Build Your Financial Future series, we will provide details on the three types of retirement savings: Social Security, the pension, and the 457 plan. First, let's take a look at Social Security. Some states have chosen not to participate in Social Security, but Wyoming does. Most public employees in Wyoming are in Social Security, with the exception of most paid firefighters and some police. There are a lot of different ways to take your Social Security benefit when the time comes. The biggest thing to know is that you'll need more than Social Security alone. It was never meant to fully support people in retirement. It is also important to know that if you elect to take Social Security benefits early, your benefits are permanently reduced as a result. You can start the benefit if you qualify at age 62. Although if you choose to delay taking the benefit, you'll receive a larger monthly payment once payments begin. Visit ssa.gov to learn more about claiming Social Security benefits. Wyoming's pension plans are a unique and valuable benefit for public employees. WRS administers 8 different pension plans for public employees in Wyoming. Most are in the Public Employee Pension Plan, and the smaller plans are for public safety and judicial occupations. Each plan has a handbook with detailed information. This section will cover some of the highlights. First, your pension will pay you a monthly benefit for life once you qualify. You heard right, a monthly benefit for life. Even if you've done a good job saving a nest egg, managing it to last for your lifetime can be challenging, primarily because no one knows precisely how long he or she will live. On the other hand, the pension management is taken care of for you and does provide an ongoing stream of income. Another name for a pension is a defined benefit plan, because your benefit is based on a formula using your age at retirement, service credits, and highest average salary. It's important to realize that for most members, your benefit is not based on your account balance. Most public employers in Wyoming participate in the pensions, so if you switch to another public employer in Wyoming, you can continue building service credits in the pension, as long as the employer participates in WRS and you are in the same pension plan. For instance, if you work for the state of Wyoming and accept a new position with a county, it's highly likely that you will remain in the same pension plan. Should you die while you're still working, your designated beneficiary is entitled to the benefits on your behalf. So make sure you designate a beneficiary and keep it updated. If you have questions about this, you can contact WRS. The Handbook for the Public Employee Pension Plan can be found in the links for this video. Take some time to get familiar with it so you understand all of your benefit. I'll highlight the main points throughout the slideshow. Finally, make sure that you set up an account online to access your pension account. This allows you to look at your information, which is updated regularly, make changes to your personal information, or use estimators and calculators to help you plan. To access it, you will need your retirement ID number, also known as the RAIN ID. This is different than the state ID number. If you don't know this number, speak to your HR representative or WRS can assist you. The pension plan process is very straightforward. Your employer will enroll you in the pension automatically and send contributions each month. Your contributions are a percentage of your salary and set by state law. Employers have a required portion and employees have a required portion. It is split almost equally. Your employer may pick up all or some of the employee contribution. You can check with your employer about their policy on this. You qualify for a lifetime benefit once you're vested and reach retirement age. You need 48 service credits to be vested, usually the same as 48 months of service if you're working full-time. Even if you're vested, employer contributions stay with the plan in the event that you take a refund of your contributions and forego a benefit. Additionally, there are no loans on pension accounts. During the 2018 legislative session, slight increases to the Public Employee Pension Plan contributions were approved. These increases will be gradually phased in until 2021. Current contribution rates, including those for all WRS-administered plans, can be found on our website or ask your HR or local payroll representative. So when do you qualify to take your pension in retirement? Currently in our system, we have 2 tiers. You qualify for your lifetime benefit based on which tier you're in. This slide shows you the earliest you qualify for retirement benefits based on your tier. For example, if you were hired after September 1st of 2012, you're in Tier 2. You're eligible for retirement benefits when you turn 65 and are vested or meet the Rule of 85. Please note your eligibility age for your WRS pension plan is different than the eligibility age for Social Security. These plans are separate plans. Each pension plan has a definition for what to use as salary in the benefit formula. This slide shows Tier 1 and Tier 2. Keep in mind that 48 months for vesting is less than the 60 months used for highest average salary in Tier 2, and having less than 60 months salary history will impact a benefit calculation for Tier 2 members. To earn a month of service credit, you need to work at least 86 hours in a month. This is specified in state law and is a lenient definition for full-time employment. If you work less than 86 hours in a month, you would get a partial service credit. If you work for an educational employer, there's more to the story. Full-time teachers on contract for the 9-month school year receive 12 months of service. Most other employees, including those working for educational employers, receive service credit based on actual hours worked. If you're unsure, check with your employer or log into your pension account to learn more. If you're logged into your online pension account, you can get an estimate that will be based on your specific account information if you are vested. We've now discussed 2 of the 3 forms of retirement income, Social Security, the Public Pension Plan, and now we'll introduce the 457 plan. While both Social Security and the pension will provide retirement income, most of us will need a third source of income in retirement. To create a healthy retirement, you'll also need to invest a portion of your salary. That's why the Wyoming Retirement System sponsors the 457 plan, also known as deferred compensation. The 457 plan is an easy way to put some of your salary into a tax-advantaged plan specifically for your retirement. Please watch our next video in this series, which will cover details on the 457 plan and how to get started. In this video, we're going to walk you through the 457 plan and how to begin your account. The 457 plan allows you to put aside part of your salary in a tax-advantaged way until you need it at retirement. You can consider it the government employee's 401k plan. One special feature of a 457 plan is there is no tax penalty should you withdraw prior to the age of 59.5. However, you cannot withdraw funds until you have permanently separated service from the employer under which you contributed to the plan. Additionally, there are no loans, just as there are no loans on pension accounts. Starting January 1st, 2018, these are the contribution limits. People within 3 years of qualifying for their pension have a one-time opportunity to have an even higher limit. Contact our office if this interests you. If you are rolling retirement assets from another provider, there is no limit on that amount. This chart highlights something very important. Notice that the age you begin saving makes a huge impact in the result of your retirement savings. This is because allowing more time for the investment to gain interest is the best opportunity for investment growth. We've all heard the phrase, the earlier you start, the better, which really illustrates how an investment grows over time. This graph is a comparison and shows a person making $25,000 annually and contributing 3%, or $62.50 each month until the age of 65. To make it easy, we assume there are no increases. Note the size difference between beginning to save at age 25 versus beginning to save at age 55. The sooner you start, the more time for potential investment growth. So start right away. But if you're in the middle of your career track, you can still increase your contribution now that you have this valuable knowledge. WRS acts in your best interest to select high-quality investments while keeping the costs on your account as low as possible. Some other plans have high fees, which ends up hurting your savings. In the 457 plan, participants pay the cost of administration, which is currently 0.27% annually, or 27 cents per $100 you have in your account, up to a cap of $491 annually. This chart compares the average annual fee of the WRS 457 plan to other plans of similar size around the nation. If you're wondering how these costs compare to IRAs, employer plans are usually a lower cost than an IRA, and remember, in most cases, there is no cost to make a trade on your investments inside the 457 plan, which is another benefit. There are two ways to select your investments. We call them levels. Level 1 is a target date fund, and it really acts like a fully diversified investment portfolio. The investment industry created target date funds to make investing simpler for those planning for retirement. It offers a diversified portfolio of investments for you over an entire career or lifetime, so that you don't have to be an investment expert. It's called a target date fund because the plan targets when you turn age 65. A target date fund does two things: automatically adjusts the amount of stocks and bonds in your portfolio, and as you age, changes the mix of funds to be more conservative since you're getting closer to retirement. The name of each target date fund has a year in it, and that's the year that goes along with when you turn age 65. For instance, if I enroll in the 2045 fund, the mix of my portfolio is slightly aggressive, and as the year 2045 approaches, the mix begins to get more conservative. When it comes time for you to retire, the fund rolls into the LifePath Index Retirement Fund, which is designed for a person in retirement who's taking distributions. Level 2 is for those who want to choose their own investments. The Level 2 plan has 6 funds you can choose from, covering an array of investment types to design your own portfolio. You can see the name of the funds on the risk meter here, and also on the enrollment form under Section 4. These funds were carefully constructed by WRS to consider expected returns, risk, and fees with minimal overlap of specific investments. WRS has a publication online called Mix Your Own Investor Help, and it's shared in the links for this video. If you'd like to be a Mix Your Own Investor, it's recommended that you review that guide. In the Level 2 plan, you can adjust your portfolio as you need, and in most cases, there are no charges for trading in the 457 plan. This graph illustrates that investing money sooner allows time for potential investment growth. Get started with your retirement investment account as soon as you can. There are some things to keep in mind. You can change your contribution when you want, but it does have to be received by WRS the month prior to when it takes effect. For instance, if you'd like to increase your contribution rate for October, you would need to submit your change in September. And your 457 account is a retirement asset, so you can't withdraw while you're employed with your WRS participating employer. You can start saving for retirement by submitting your enrollment form to WRS. State employees can enroll by visiting the 457 plan login from the WRS website and takes 5 minutes. When you use the quick enrollment feature, you'll be automatically placed into Level 1, which is a target date fund that corresponds to when you turn 65. This will help you get started saving right away and will adjust to make the most out of your contributions. If you don't want to be in the target date fund, you can select your investments instead by choosing a Mix Your Own investment option in Level 2. In some cases, you may have a match. State employees receive a $20 per month match and are automatically enrolled in the 457 plan unless they opt out within 30 days of receiving the auto-enrollment notice. We offer many tools to help you successfully save. While your immediate goal should be saving for retirement, it's also a good time to try out the WRS Retirement Goal Setting Calculator. It's intended to help you set a goal for how much to save each month. Our website hosts a number of educational seminars, videos, calculators, and information online for members. Please use these resources and reach out to WRS staff when you have questions. The Wyoming Retirement System will be here throughout your career and even into retirement to provide retirement planning tools and benefit counseling. Use us as a resource whenever you have questions or have a significant life event. We're here for you as you build your financial future.